Twitter is celebrating 10 years. Can you believe it? They've made an inspiring video to show all the things that would not have happened without them.
I am using Twitter to send pictures from space.
That is beautiful. Red Eye's own Twitter feed was no less inspiring this year. Take a look. That happens a lot during election season.
Yeah.
No red eye tonight, but no less inspiring. Twitter founder Jack Dorsey claims Twitter stands for freedom of expression and, quote, speaking truth to power. But it all depends on whose truth and whose power. Twitter's been very selective in the ways it polices speech on its platform, skewing heavily in favor of social justice warriors and against conservatives and other fun types. Actor Adam Baldwin created the hashtag Gamergate to campaign against political correctness in the video game industry. His account was locked when he tweeted a very non-specific reference to certain people being more attractive than other people. They said it was a threat. Janet Bloomfield, author of Feminisn't and creator of the Women Against Feminism hashtag, said her account had been erased for simply repeating the words of Guardian columnist Jessica Valenti back to her. And then there's Milo Yiannopoulos, lives to annoy the social justice warriors on Twitter, and he had his account de-verified. That is, he lost his little blue check mark. Why? We're not even sure. Twitter won't reveal why it bans its users. Free speech or speech police? Twitter's going to have to choose. Do you get the sense, Tim, that Twitter is a little biased on the left-wing side? What do you think?
Probably. Probably its users skew younger to try to make kids happy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's no, you know, my grandparents are conservative. They're 80-year-olds. They're not big Twitter users.
No, Twitter.
You know what I mean? I think if Twitter's got a marketing strategy, it's not for World War II vets. You know? It's probably skewing younger.
Yeah.
It's more Black Lives Matter. You know, it's not exactly.
So you think it's just
Twitter's not huge in nursing homes that I know of.
No.
You know?
Facebook, though. I bet your grandparents.
My grandparents love Facebook.
Love it.
They love going in for angioplasty. You know,
Yeah.
10 likes. There are only 10 friends that are left.
That's why they could be on Twitter. They could use an angioplasty
absolutely.
hashtag, couldn't they?
Twitter's for toddlers.
Yes.
Babies.
So maybe that's it. Do you think it's not really an ideology thing, Trish, but it's a marketing thing that they,
I don't think
that
they have
their
broad enough
users?
appeal. I mean, I think that a lot of us in the media love it because it's a way to get a constant news feed, and we're like constantly. But not everybody's like that. I think the reality is Twitter is going to face some serious obstacles. I'm going to get all dorky on you, my business reporter.
I love it.
Look, the stock price. I mean, the thing can't break 20 now after having come out at more than $70 a share. The reason is because it's not growing its user base enough. They want your grandma going in for the angioplasty. They can't get her.
They can't get her.
And so you compare the number of users that they have versus, say, Facebook or some other competitors, and they're just not there.
It's funny because in my world, I tend to think of Twitter. I love it. I love the hashtags. I like getting on Twitter after the show and tweeting about things. But when I looked at the user base, I couldn't believe how many more people were on Facebook, which to me is the uncool social network. I mean, maybe just because I'm so cool. Would you say that? Katie, look. Twitter, I think, is they're going to have to shape up a little bit because I think they are playing favorites, and guys like Milo have proved it. Has he not?
That was a lot of Debbie Downer scenarios that you provided.
Oh, really?
A minute ago.
What do you think? Do you agree with my analysis that there's a bias on Twitter?
Well, let me first say that while investors aren't happy and they haven't been fortunate in making money in advertising, and yes, they have a long way to go, I think we need to celebrate the revolution that is Twitter, though, and all the awesomeness that has happened from this platform. It's changed the game. We all came on this program at the beginning, and our Twitter handle was at the bottom. I mean, there's something to be said for that. There's something to be said about social revolutions happening across the world. On your birthday, people don't put you down. So I think we need to celebrate the positive things.
It's true, and you know what?
Me down on my birthday. What do you mean? Nobody puts you down on your birthday?
No, dude. I don't know what kind of friends you have.
honest ones, you know? They let me know. You're 31, you've got a lot of problems, and yeah, it's Twitter's birthday. It's a perfect time to take account of where it is and what it needs to do going forward.
Well, and actually, too, to back up on your point, you say it's for a younger audience. That's actually not true.
It is.
It's missing completely the millennial audience, whereas actually on Snapchat.
Those people are idiots, and they can't even read 140 characters. They don't even have time. They do Instagram. It's just a photo.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 78. They
Because if you're 31, you're a millennial, so that makes you an
I'm not a
idiot.
millennial. Not
Listen, before we
Sam
worry
is going to wrap this whole thing up, I can tell.
I am.
Before we worry about who's being nice to who on whose birthday, it's Twitter. It's not for being nice. It only exists to criticize.
Yeah.
And as we look back on all the things that Twitter celebrated over the last 10 years, all of them were criticized horribly in 140 characters. Twitter is prejudicial against the more conservative. They love the liberal.
Yeah.
They love people that are nice. They don't like people that are mean.
Yeah,
they don't like it when feminists get upset, so they side with them. This is all true. They have a bias, and I'm not verified.
Sam is
that's a
still
big
not
deal.
verified.
It's insanity.
There's a lot of negativity on Twitter that a lot of people resist. I mean, you look at Facebook, for example, and it's less anonymous, right? It's more, you know who these people
You
are.
and your friends, yeah.
Right, and so as such, it tends to be a more positive place. Twitter as a whole tends to be a more negative place.
You need to hear the negativity.
Can you mix being nice and free speech, though? They don't really match if you go
Who wants to be nice? It's not real life.
No.
People need to be mean. Not
What is wrong
everybody's.
with you, Sam?
People aren't good at things, and they're getting complimented
and that's
for
fine,
them, and
Sam,
they
but
never
that
get
may
good.
explain why more people haven't jumped on that bandwagon. It may explain why they can't grow their user base.
Twitter's too anonymous. It allows you to take shots at people and not. If you attack me on Facebook, I can then go on your page and call your kids ugly. On Twitter, I can't see your kids to call them ugly. You see what I mean?
Okay, yeah. Maybe that's why they're having trouble with the base, because it is not as nice. It's not as nice of a place, and that might be it. Okay.
Yeah.
Now it is time for